When you think of clutch NFL players, who comes to mind? Tom Brady, Joe Montana, Adam Vinatieri, even Drew Brees. All winners. But I personally think that some iconic NFL losers can be clutch too. Larry Fitzgerald, Jim Kelly, and Dan Marino. But there's one NFL player that doesn't fit either of these molds. Clutch in losses, but nowhere to be seen in victory. Ricky Proehl. Now, in today's video, I want to take a look at his unique NFL career. But before we get into it, if you could like this video and subscribe, that would help the channel out a lot, and let's get into this. The greatest show on turf is loaded with talent, having 3 of the 15 highest scoring offenses in NFL history during their 3-year stretch of dominance between 1999 and 2001. They had Hall of Famers in Kurt Warner and Marshall Faulk, and soon-to-be Hall of Famers in Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt. But on January 23, 2000, it was backup wide receiver Ricky Proehl's time to shine. With the Rams in the NFC Championship game facing off against the upstart Buccaneers, who were loaded with defensive talent, such as Warren Sapp, Derek Brooks, John Lynch, and Rodney Barber. They were grasping to a 6-5 lead with 4 minutes remaining, and head coach Tony Dungy called for a blitz, leaving Ricky Proehl in a one-on-one. Proehl ran a straight vertical against his corner, and with no safety help over the top, he made the play of his life, making a one-handed off-balance catch in the end zone to put the Rams up 11-6. But before we continue to take a look at Proehl's remarkable career, let's check out how he got here. Proehl was born in the Bronx and attended high school in Hillsborough, New Jersey. In his senior year of football there, he was named All-State and accepted a scholarship to Wake Forest. While at Wake Forest, he acquired the school record of 2,949 receiving yards and 25 touchdowns. This impressive college career led to him being drafted in the 3rd round of the 1990 NFL Draft by the Phoenix Cardinals. Although Proehl found success early on, breaking the Cardinals' rookie record for receptions, he wasn't viewed too highly and was traded to the Seahawks. After 2 unimpressive years there, he signed with the Bears on a 1-year deal. And the following year in 1998, he signed with the St. Louis Rams. Being on his 4th team already in his short career, and failing to have a 1,000-yard season, Ricky was viewed mostly as a journeyman receiver. And this label of Ricky was especially relevant in 1999, when he failed to score a touchdown on a team that averaged 32.9 points per game. But against the Buccaneers in 1999, in his first year in the playoffs, he made the play of his life to establish himself as a clutch player. And he sent his team to the Super Bowl. But this would be an anomaly in Proehl's career. This would be the only time he would ever be clutch in a playoff victory. In the Super Bowl, Proehl would go on to only contribute 1 catch for 11 yards, and the Rams defeated the Titans. But he did get a Super Bowl ring. In 2000, Proehl would go on to have another productive year as a backup receiver, giving the Rams 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. But the Rams would go on to have a disappointing 10-6 season, and lose in the wild card round. In 2001, the Rams and Proehl would return to the heights of their 1999 season. With Proehl contributing 561 yards and 5 touchdowns, the Rams went 14-2. And after defeating the Packers and Eagles in the playoffs, they had a Super Bowl matchup set against the New England Patriots. With Vegas favoring the Rams by 14, this looked to be another ring to add to the greatest show on turf. But not if Tom Brady and Bill Belichick had anything to say about it. With Belichick employing a physical defensive game plan, the greatest show on turf was intimidated and held to 10 points with 2 minutes left. And with history repeating itself, the Rams looked up Proehl at the end of the game, when the other members of the greatest show on turf couldn't get it done, just as what had happened against the Buccaneers 2 years earlier. With 1st and 10 at the Patriots 26 with 1:37 remaining, Proehl ran a wheel route, wide open, cutback, touchdown. It looked as though Proehl had saved the Rams once again, until Adam Vinatieri and Tom Brady would ruin it for him and the Rams. Proehl would go on to finish the game with 3 catches for 71 yards and a touchdown in the loss. The following year in 2002, the Rams would go 7-9, and Proehl would leave in free agency to go sign with the Carolina Panthers. Proehl would contribute 389 yards and 4 touchdowns to the upstart Panthers, who would go 11-5 with Jake Delhomme at quarterback. They beat the Cowboys, Rams, and Eagles in the playoffs and rode to a Super Bowl appearance against a familiar foe, the New England Patriots. After falling behind to the Patriots, the Panthers would come back from an 11-point deficit to put themselves in a position to tie the game with 1:13 left. On a 3rd and 8 at the Patriots 12, Proehl, as wide open as he'd been in Super Bowl 36, caught another clutch touchdown to help the Panthers tie the game. Very similar to Super Bowl 36. Following this touchdown, Tom Brady would go on to drive the Patriots down the field. This would set up kicker Adam Vinatieri to repeat history, and you guessed it, he did, connecting on a 41-yard field goal. To add even more deja vu to the situation, Proehl would go on to finish the game with 71 yards and a touchdown, the same stat line from Super Bowl XXXVI. Following 2003, Proehl would go and have 2 more average seasons before retiring in 2006. But his crazy career wasn't quite over yet. On November 29, 2006, he would sign with the Indianapolis Colts after an injury to wide receiver Brandon Stokely. And as fate would have it, the Colts would go on to make the AFC Championship game against who else but the Patriots. But this time with Vinatieri on the Colts, Proehl and the Colts would go on to win after the Patriots blew a 21-3 lead. Following the trend of Proehl's team winning when he played an insignificant role, as he only had 3 catches for 30 yards in the entire season. The Colts would go on to beat the Bears 2 weeks later in the Super Bowl, getting Proehl a second ring, who would permanently retire after the 2006 season. Currently, Proehl lives in Greensboro, North Carolina. In 2011, he joined the Panthers as a receivers coach and held the position till after the 2016 season. He currently runs a world-class athletic training facility called Prolific Park. He also has a son who ironically plays on the Rams practice squad and another who plays for Eastern Carolina University. Ricky's had one of the oddest careers in NFL history. He was one of the greatest receivers to never gain 1,000 yards and was a key cog on many great offenses. But the odd recurring pattern of him making clutch plays and losses and being non-existent in victories is a trait we'll most likely never see again. But nevertheless, I still think Ricky deserves to go down in NFL history as a clutch player. Alright guys, thanks for watching and I'll see y'all in the next one.